There's a moment when safe isn't enough anymore, when the voice inside gets louder than the fear, when you stop dreaming and start building. These are the voices of those who made the choice, who turned their vision into reality. This is Leap of Faith. This episode is powered by Uzi and Frame crochet art, handmade, hot made. There's beauty in every stitch and harmony in every thread. Visit our social for more information. So welcome, Agnes. Thank you very much for your time, for being here. Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're most welcome. And it's great to know that you're a very passionate change maker in sustainability. Yeah.
Yes.
And there are many new aspects, life as a mom as well. And not only have you been talking about sustainability, but you've actually put it into action. Yeah, and
live it.
You live it. Yeah, you see it. And I find that quite interesting. I'll probably start. What sparked your journey into sustainability?
So I would say, in my professionalism, it first started off 10 years ago.
All right.
When I had this internship experience at an NGO that worked with physically disabled artisans to recycle artwork from scrap metal, paper, glass, everything, wood. We recycled everything basically.
Wow. Okay.
And we made functional art, but also sculptures and just artwork in general.
Okay.
And that whole journey of recycling made me realize that you can, live a very sustainable life, sustainable as a whole in terms of environmental, but also economically, while doing things that are good for the planet, while including everyone in it. And it made sense. I tied everything with how my parents tried to raise us.
Also, is this a family thing?
I would say it's a family thing, because even, growing up, we wouldn't necessarily cut trees without, thinking about it for a whole year, something. If we will even end up cutting it, or putting together, bio trash with plastics and all of these things. So it didn't make sense why he was doing that, and I understood, take care of the planet. But until I worked at that NGO, it wasn't very clear to me. And when I worked there, everything just sparked.
Whoa, okay.
I knew then that this is the journey that I want to, go with.
Okay.
And it's always been that way ever since.
So you lived the life.
Yeah.
You didn't know what you're being prepared for.
Not really.
Not really. Until you got into the actual work and actually realized that, wow, okay, I'm ready. I mean, this is me.
Yes, yes. That's it.
Yeah.
I care about the planet truly deeply, and there's so many ways to, make money while caring for the planet, but also just living a life that is good for the planet without, just being ignorant about the day-to-day things.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I know you said, okay, this is it. When you said this is it, was it like you figured out that this is now my life's mission, or you were happy in the space at that time? Or do you think you were really going to delve into sustainability and really start doing things deliberately, intentionally? Yeah.
That's a good question. At the time, my definition of sustainability was narrowed to recycling.
Okay.
So I thought, recycling is sustainability. But then the more I grew professionally, the more I saw other avenues and learned more about what sustainability really is. And then I was more open to exploring other things about sustainability.
Okay.
And yes, recycling is one of them. But there's also climate change. There is also so many other things to look into. So so then I knew I like this recycling thing, and I went to school to study art and design.
Okay.
So I thought, if there's a way you can connect, recycling and art, then this is good. This is good for the planet, and it's good for everyone. Everyone should take and think about this. And after the art and recycling, that combination, I didn't really understand. So when I went into more career opportunities, that's when I dove deeper into what sustainability was, and I learned so much. I took classes even to understand what it was and how you can implement various sustainable things, how you can weave in sustainability in your business, in your company, and in your day-to-day life. And then just practicing it and living by it in a more,
I just wanted to just touch on one thing. For someone watching this, recycling is pretty much taking one material and turning it into something else. Is that correct? And with sustainability, is this now including people? Is it a chain of things that affect people, or how you break down these two things?
Okay, so sustainability is thinking long term about everything, I would say. I like to divide it into three main areas. So we have sustainability for the planet, and then we have sustainability for the people, and then we have sustainability for, what is the other one that I can't think of right now? I'll come back to it. So when it comes to the planet part of profit, this is mostly when it comes to business sustainability. So you have to think of economical ways to run your business, in a way that doesn't hurt your profits. So your business is sustainable. So that's covered already. And then when it comes to the planet, there is several things to think about. The recycling is one of them. You protect the planet by not overusing the resources that the planet can produce. For example, if you recycle, say, plastic, and turn it into so there's recycling, there's upcycling, there is so you turn it from waste, I would say, into another form of something that can be used, or you make it a raw material that can be used to make other materials. So I'll give an example. My last company, we would recycle plastic, HDPE type of plastic, and turn it into a wood plastic composite. So this is a construction material that you can use for decking. That's boosting the value. It's no longer waste. It's no longer makopo ya barabarani, but it's more a beautiful, expensive construction material that you need actually, or you want to have. You don't even think of it as it's been recycled or anything. It's more, this is like you have tiles in your house. That kind of mindset. Or you can turn it into beautiful artwork, sculpture, or something you hang on the wall, or a deco, anything like this. Probably highly unlikely, but some people would use recycled fabric to get, to put the whatever is inside the sofas.
Okay.
And they can also be very high end and very expensive. Someone is doing that in Russia.
Okay.
And it's brilliant. So that's recycling. But you also, the climate, there's also, protecting, not deforesting.
Yeah.
And other things, protecting the ocean. So sustainability is much bigger in that sense.
Okay.
As opposed to only recycling, which I thought was what sustainability was.
And I think that's a lot of people actually start out and think in that way. So sustainability pretty much has a very big ripple effect.
Yes.
In long term. So
and it goes also to the people aspect where we can only use up so much resources. I don't remember the word right now, but I wrote about it on LinkedIn. Earth over what? Something. Where we have a deadline of how much we can use in terms of resources every year. And this year, it's the earliest it's been. I think it was 22nd of July, where we have, we are borrowing resources from our children and grandchildren. Natural resources.
So we have a quota, our generation, of what we should be consuming in terms of, or using in terms of resources.
Yes, think of it this way. When the world began, we had unlimited resources. We had unlimited resources, so many trees, and they kept on growing, so much land, so many minerals, so much air. That's also very limited at the moment. So much clean water. But then, because of overpollution and, just ignorance, we use it up. There are places that you cannot really live because of, say, mining. A lot of resources were taken out, but the people living in that area had to move out. So that the place, that place is basically just left to die unless more technologies come later. So the more we live and the more we, give birth, and there's more people on Earth, we consume the air we breathe, the water, and so on. So you can only use up so much. The Earth regenerates, but to a certain extent. And this year, we almost have this July, this is almost June. We cannot even finish a full year with the resources that we have. That is how much, pollution, and it's scary. It's very scary.
But is this something that? Okay, let me ask you this. What does making sustainability practical look like? Why I'm asking this is, you just brought up a thing that resources are running out, getting depleted, and in the aim of trying to be sustainable, I'm sure there are ways of that you get challenged that to make certain material or something, you also have to consume certain things. So let's say in the case of, I'm not putting you on the spot like that, but I'm just saying here, there's an issue of going to electric cars. But to make those batteries, you need to mine. When you mine, you need fuel. And so how does this balance out? And pretty much back to making sustainability practical.
So I think it goes back to businesses, because business people are mostly who end up doing most of the damage, unfortunately. So it goes back to businesses thinking more 360 and more long term. ESG, environmental social governance. when you're producing or inventing a product, or you're innovating, that's the word.
Yes.
It doesn't need to be invention. When you're innovating a new product, you have to look at all, like, everything, not just this is how much money I want to make and this is the financial plan, it makes sense, let's go. How much damage are you going to cause environmentally?
Okay.
How are you going to involve the people that your business will work for, or be surrounded by, or consume, like the consumers? How will they be impacted, not just short term, but also generations to come? But most businesses and most people, even our day to day, we just look here now. Few years ahead, which is very selfish and very sad. But that's what is happening so much. So, like electric cars, but there's also solar. I have seen
the solar.
You can,
solar alternatives.
Make energy. I know you can make energy from the sun. And yes, you need the batteries to store them. But if you think long term like that, then using some resources in that way is not as harmful as, say, using
I don't know, kuni
with cars. Yes. Other forms of fuel that even the petrol that we use, for example, that's being mined, and then it's not very so another example, if we produced we did manufacturing in a previous company, and we would use a lot of energy from TANESCO, and this is hydropower and so on, and a lot of fuel is used to run these machines and so on. But we have the sun, which is very hot, and it's like it will give a lot of energy. So we had solar panels, and technically we could use those solar panels. So this is also where governance comes in, and the government can also do a lot of things to help businesses who think long term like that.
Okay.
So whenever we produced more energy than we could consume, it would go back to the grid.
Okay.
And guess what? We would be charged by TANESCO to give them free energy. That doesn't make any sense, right? But then instead of being paid, which other countries do, instead of being paid to do that, so it's each innovation or each product or each business, whoever is starting businesses, and I like to talk to business people more, you need to think of it 360.
Okay.
Not just I'm going to make so much money. You will be surprised that you'll make even double, triple what you're making if you think about your business in that manner, more 360 manner. You will make so much more and save so much more, and this will be more sustainable, not just for you, but the profits will keep running for your children as well, while protecting where they will be living then.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the 360 in short can pretty much be a balance of people, profit, and planet.
Yes. That's how I like to put it.
Wow. Okay. What do you say about the idea of that, or how do you counter the idea that sustainability is expensive?
How is sustainability expensive? I think I know what you mean, because it's been branded, and you would find, people having that green label on, this is a sustainable product. That aisle is much more expensive than the normal aisle, unfortunately. But it should not be the case, if I'm being completely honest. I recently started a business myself.
Yes.
So this is me being very vulnerable. At first, in my first products that came in, I had a conversation with my supplier, and I told them I would like sustainable packaging.
Yes.
And they told me, yes, we'll give you reusable bags. I'm like, no, I want biodegradable bags.
Yeah.
Not reusable bags, because I know no one really reuses those bags. They're cute, they're a zipper bag, but no one will reuse them. They will just toss them. And we went back and forth, and she just was not making any sense and prolonging the sending of the product, because it was only at the end of the conversation that we. So I told her, okay, moving on, don't send my product with any bags. Leave them like that. I will source the bags elsewhere. And I did. And they're not, I mean, these zipper bags are free. That she's giving, but I have to incur just a little bit more extra to get biodegradable bags that you can use them, or just toss them and they will, in less than a year, they're not there, as opposed to the zipper bags that were offered for free that will stay for a couple of years, for example. It was not expensive. It was, in fact, very cheap, to my surprise. So I was wondering, why are not more people doing this?
Is it
when
awareness?
It comes to packaging? Probably also awareness.
Okay.
But when it comes to packaging, also this is a big thing. You think, just because I took like 200 diapers.
Yes.
And I have 200 bags with it. I cannot tell you how much I cringe every time I send them out. Like, this is not okay. I know compared to the diapers, it's not the same, but it's just, why am I doing this? I could do so much better. Do I take them off and then, give them away to someone else? Anyway, so she's no longer doing that. She will never send them with bags. They will only come as they are, and I get the bags separately and then repackage them locally. But, it shouldn't be expensive. It is not expensive. It's just that, I don't know. It's been used now as a marketing,
like a status.
Yes, okay. Your business, is a green business, so your products are this other level, and they should be, branded differently. But that's just, it's honestly, what do I say? While being nice, it's not okay.
Yes. Now I hear you.
And it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be. Yeah. And I like the way you looked at it. Yeah. And it's true. I have seen that anything green has a price tag on it. Yeah. And I'm sure this is also just in the situation of how markets are. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the name of the game, balancing again, people, profit, and planet. Now, it's good you brought up the business. I was getting there. You got there before me. You took your sustainability mindset, lifestyle, and I've applied that into diapers. Yeah. So you've gone into your supply now, reusable diapers.
Yes.
I know this must be your most proud project.
Yeah.
To date, yeah.
Yes, very.
Why reusable diapers? And why would it be the ideal alternative? Nappies. Yeah.
So I was going about my life, minding my business, started my maternity leave, about to get my baby, very pregnant at the time. And then I started thinking of, how I'm going to raise my baby, and what is out there, what I need for my baby, when they come. And then diapers was one of those things. I questioned other things as well, but I didn't really see, how much damage, like too much damage out of everything, like I did on diapers. And I was already, looking into what can be another alternative. And then, you know, I did not wear the disposable diapers growing up, and I have a 15-year-old brother who also did not use disposable diapers.
All right.
So this is a recent thing.
Yes.
I mean, they were there probably back then, but probably much more expensive. And now they are really, really accessible. But then me being this environmental enthusiast, I started looking, okay, how long does it take for a disposable diaper to decompose? And 300 years, that's what I saw. Okay, that is 300. Yeah. And that is just one diaper. How many diapers does a baby need? And that was like 4,000 to 6,000. You know, it depends on many things, how if you potty train soon and so on. Okay. And I just couldn't. Wow. 6,000 diapers from one baby just sitting somewhere and not, you know,
it's not biodegradable. Yeah.
Not biodegradable yeah, so, for 300 years. That baby will have died before the diaper they used being disposed.
Generations.
Exactly.
Yeah, would have passed through. Yeah.
So that just, oof. Okay. I did not plan to start a diaper business before my baby. I'll tell you that. But then I was so disturbed by these numbers. I had to do something about it. I was still an employee, working for this other company with manufacturing and construction. And then after seeing that, I just knew I had to do something about it. And even if, you know, I would go back to being employed, I still needed to make change, educate people, because it's also an ignorance kind of thing. I've had a 5-year-old sister. I have a sister, and I have seen kids. I've always seen diapers, you know, disposable diapers.
All over the place.
All over the place. I have bought disposable diapers for my friends.
Yeah.
But it's only until I had my own child that I thought about it deeply. So the ignorance is, you know, it's for me as well to some level. So I thought I could do something about it. Yes, I've made mistakes in the past, but moving forward, I can help other people also see how much impact you know their babies are having. And you know, if they join me to do something about it, that would be great. And again, on the 3 P's, it's also quite expensive. Having disposable diapers every other week, you have to buy new ones. Oh yeah. And 6,000 diapers is a lot of diapers. It's a lot of diapers. Looking at it, you know, economically, it's quite expensive. And that's just one baby. Now imagine you want to have 4. Oof. Yeah, too much damage financially, environmentally. You don't want to do that.
And how has it been though? I mean, how people received the whole, you know, the whole introduction of the reusables. I know we have reusable hygiene products, in the market.
Yeah.
Is it something that is picking up amongst Tanzanians? Is it accessible in terms of, you know, price? And I know you've already said in the long term, anybody who's had a child in this country or anywhere knows that diapers are not cheap. Do you see people actually switching sooner? Is it catching up?
So there is the convenience aspect. Reusable diapers, with reusable diapers, you have to wash them every day. Or every other day.
Yes.
And I think that is the biggest thing that is making people not switch as fast as I hope them to.
It comes with the cost.
But you know, I'm very proud. I did an inventory count the other day. I'm very proud of how fast this is catching.
Yes.
I had a stock that I thought would last for 3 months. This is the 1.5 months in. I will not last that long.
Okay.
So I already have some coming, and it's moving fast, faster than I thought it would.
Yes.
But then it could move faster in terms of, okay, so disposable diapers are cheaper because you go for Mangi and buy them near town. I sell my diaper cheapest 15,000 for one diaper.
Okay.
But you want to have, I don't know, 6,000 disposable diapers. Mara 500. That is what I for 6 times 2.
12, 6 times 2?
12. 6,000 times 500, sorry. That is like 3 million for the whole baby. But with reusable, you will only spend maybe 500,000 max. My baby is 4 months, and I'm being very transparent about it.
Yes.
I post about how much I am saving
by
choosing to use reusable diapers. My baby is 4.5 months, and so far we've managed to invest 500,000+ for her, but just by choosing to use these reusable diapers as opposed to disposable diapers. She will continue using diapers until she's probably 1.5, 2 years old. We will have saved a lot of money by then. Which
goes now into the early fund.
The early diaper fund.
The early diaper fund. So these are the things that people actually need to know.
So I know.
The wins.
I know it can look like a lot of investment at the beginning, but if you think long term, which a lot of people fail to think, unfortunately, long term, you are saving so much money by using this, reusable diapers as opposed to disposable diapers. Factor in sabuni, factor in maji. I mean, you're still saving so much money. And the main thing, you're protecting the environment. Ile dhambi, it's not, you don't need to put that dhambi on a tiny human by being too lazy to wash. I have a long way to go, but I am pushing this message so hard. So people can also see it. If I saw this information a few years ago, I will be preaching it since then, before even having my baby. It's very personal for me when I see people being ignorant about environmental impact, negative environmental impact that products have. So
you have my full support for sure. That and I'm going to slide out just a bit from that, but into this. So with all this, how was motherhood? And by the way, congratulations.
Thank you. Mom.
Reshaped, or how's both motherhood, sustainability just reshaped your whole perspective about the world right now?
So back then, before my baby, I would think, for the future generation, but that honestly was vague. I care about the future generation, but it wasn't that personal.
All right.
And as much as I cared, and I preached, for me it was also being able to live in a clean planet long enough until I die, so that it stays clean and we don't have, plastic everywhere on my face. But then I got my baby, and now it's, imagine, I don't remember where I saw this, but imagine there is no clean water completely, and you have to fight for, fresh water.
Yes.
And, my baby will be one of those people to suffer, or her baby, that's just, it became much more personal. This, future generation now is not, vague future generation. This is Ellie, my baby girl, and her baby girl or baby boy, and it goes on and on. So that made me feel more responsible, not just to live sustainably myself, but that other people also, do that, live more sustainably, raise their children more sustainably, do business more sustainably. And I push out that message a lot, so much that I took a pause on employment, so I have the time to do that long enough, for some time. I don't know how long it's going to take me, but I will do that really. And even if I'm not planning to, but should I go back to employment, I want to continue to preach sustainability. Preach.
Yeah, that word.
So loud, how you walk, you see pastors walking around with that.
Yeah.
That would be me with sustainability. Yo, why are you throwing that bottle? I when I'm driving to places and I see people throwing plastic bottles, I put at them like a mad woman. Even if they don't know, why is this woman putting? For me, it's, why are you throwing that plastic bottle? If it's someone who is mindful, they would know, oh yeah, it must be that bottle.
And in Tanzania, I don't want to call it a movement, but how far has the concept of sustainability grown? Are people really, in your 10 years, 10, 11 years since you started work, let's say just simple examples. Color-coded dustbins, okay? Bottles, plastics, this. Is this really turning into a lifestyle? Or is it yet to catch on? And what are the right methods or ways that we can actually get this message across so that it becomes part of lifestyle?
So we were very much ahead a few years ago.
Or Tanzania
as a country, and most African countries, when it came to living sustainably, we would go to the market with our baskets, for example.
Yes.
And something broke, you would fix it.
Yes.
You wouldn't have say you would share tools with your neighbor.
Yes.
You would knock on doors and ask for, I don't know, whatever tool that they have, instead of each person having their own 500 toolboxes.
Yes.
Things like this. And then something happened up cut. I don't know what. And it became more cool to, consume more and dispose more, which is very unfortunate. But then so far, especially in the recycling world, a lot has happened. When it comes to, what do I say? Plastic recycling. So we don't have too much things just lying around.
Yes.
Most things can be used, reused, or recycled. And you see people walking around collecting plastic bottles, for example. Metal.
Yes, we do.
Yes. So it's good. It's heading somewhere.
All right.
And I also noticed, actually, I haven't seen it where I live. Where we live, we have, like this decompost shimo. You only throw organic waste in, and then another place to put plastics and so on. But I saw this, I think, in Arusha, and I know some places in Dar, they do that. You don't just throw all your waste in one bag. You have to separate, plastic separately from metal or carbon boxes, separate from food. Kwa mfano. And these are steps that a lot of education, it took a lot of education and, effort when it comes to pushing the message of, protecting the environment and recycling and creating opportunities where people can make money from recycling, that people are more aware okay, this is, some people just see it as money. You know, they see a plastic bottle thrown away, they're like, oh, money.
Yeah.
I actually heard another person saying, when you throw the plastic bottle, you're helping someone else to come and collect, which is, I mean, you can put it in one place.
Yeah.
But yes, we still have a lot of work to do.
Okay.
It's messed up, and most Western countries are ahead of us because they were ahead of us when it came to consumption as well.
Yes.
So they sought more ways. Because they've seen how much it's affecting them. So now they're more aware of, how you dispose.
Okay.
But we didn't have waste to use. I mean, we didn't have too much waste to start with. I remember going kwa Mangi, and you would have unga in a gazette.
Oh yeah.
In a newspaper.
Yeah.
Newspaper is easily you can decompose it very fast as opposed to the plastic bag.
Mm-hmm.
So suddenly it became cool to use, a plastic bag to put that, which is unfortunate, but I feel like with more people talking about it and creating more incentives for people to recycle, we'll get there.
Okay.
But we need so many more people like me to talk about this, especially to talk to businesses about, sustainability, because businesses are like I gave you that example with my bags, with diapers. If businesses are not aware of how much damage, some waste can produce, then they will just keep producing it. But if more businesses are aware, then they will, produce smart.
Okay.
And in a way that thinks about long term.
And what about targeting grassroots awareness, meaning that fine, the business side has been tackled, but if you get this in the minds of people actually starting to live it, and that I choose not to use plastic, right? Or I choose becoming very mindful about the choices of things that they purchase and consume. Is that also another approach? And has that approach been implemented or, championed in Tanzania or in Africa as a whole?
Yes, there's quite a number of projects educating consumers.
Yes.
People. I do that as well with the diapers. But also on a larger scale, even like in schools, people talk about sustainability and green, living and zero waste living and all that.
Yeah. I
feel like the impact is not as much.
Okay.
It is little.
Okay.
There is it capitalism? There is the aspect also where our governments can work on incentivizing green businesses more. I think these kind of things will be more impactful.
Have a big impact, right? Okay.
And I know, for example, some plastic bottles that you couldn't recycle them. The black bottles, I will not mention names.
Yes.
You couldn't recycle them. But then it took, people like me pushing and knocking doors. I remember this because there is a Tanzania Recyclers Association group. And we were just loud and talked about it. And this specific, I think it's Nipefagio organization, they shamed these companies, and they tried to have conversations, like, more nice. And then when it wasn't so nice, they didn't still ignore it, we knocked and shouted, and now
louder.
And they took responsibility. So I think if you attack, so now these bottles can be recycled, and some of them are switching more into the not colored bottles, because the colored bottles are the problem. I was so happy to see Sprite now white and not green anymore. Don't know why. Still plastic, but better. If that makes sense. So yes, the bigger companies, the producers, these are the people who will change. Who will save us from pollution, if that makes sense.
Who inspired you as a leader?
Good question. It's not one person though.
Go ahead.
It's right now it can be too many people. I would say. It's the 500 podcasts that I watch of leaders across the globe and their values and so on. But I think I didn't think I would say this, but my dad is, when it comes to now sustainability, is very he takes too much ownership when it comes to what impact this biscuit bag will make. I would rather not eat this biscuit and go eat my wife's cookies, that kind of thing. So when it comes to leadership in sustainability, I would say my dad is the champion. But generally, as a leader, wow, that's really hard. I didn't think it would be this hard.
It's still hard, It's just. I mean, your father, though. I mean, that's super. I mean, he's actually shaped, molded, cultivated you all these years, and
it turns out,
and you're actually carrying this forward, not just with you, but now to your children as well.
Yes, and I'd like to think I'm an empathetic leader. I can't point out where that came from. I was raised a tough girl, and my mom is always like, work. And that's, I don't know how to not work. If that makes sense. But then, however I lead, or whoever I have led so far, and I will tell you this, it's with so much empathy and, thinking about them as well. The people aspect of businesses. People have so much power to build and destroy. So if you treat people with love and respect, that's what you get in return.
Deep,
And I've held on to that in my leadership roles in the past. And I'm still, we were just talking about it off camera with my baby as well. So much empathy, and it's not me, having a hard time, but they're having a hard time. So, treating them with love and compassion, empathy, that helps, shape who they are, if that makes sense.
No, it does. And off camera too. When we were speaking, I was like, at the end of the day, whatever works between you and your child,
for sure,
is what matters most, as opposed to the general assumed parenting style. I believe that we can all share our stories, but the ultimate choice is yours. As an individual, and see what suits and works for you. So,
and every child is different.
And every child is different, and every situation is different.
Yes, indeed.
So you may have your child when you have certain challenges, and you have your next child when you're a totally different person. So,
for sure.
So it's just one of those things that play out the way they do. What do you hope Tanzania will look like 20 years from now for your daughter in regard to sustainability?
I am hoping that there was a recent in the news 2-3 days ago that Tanzania is now signing a Africa policy, something I didn't pay attention. But 20 years from now, I am hoping that my government has put in place policies, not just words, but like policies with systems and proper strategies and proper systems that will implement all the way from government level to ward level, ward kata, municipal, like to grassroots, using your words. Because it doesn't help, having this big announcement, we're going to ban plastic, and then just 1 year later, there's plastic all over, worse than it was before. So that is my hope. I'm hoping that we will have a greener environment, a greener country, more trees planted, there's more shade, and not, removing trees that have been around for 100 years. And that more businesses take responsibility when it comes to what they're producing, what they're putting out, that they don't just think about the profit short term, but more long term. And that will be my message. It will continue to be my message. And I hope my baby will take it on and continue to preach sustainability to businesses, and then we have a more long-term thinking country, all the way from governance to business people to consumers.
Yes.
That's my hope.
Lovely.
And I hope it's sooner than 20 years. 20 years is a long time. How much damage will have been caused?
We want to see her grow. I mean, when she's ready, and when she's starting the new cycle of the new generation, that's where this really came from, because you wouldn't want her to be, you've explained yourself.
Earth overshoot. That's the word. Earth overshoot is when it's the date that every year it's being announced. That's when the world will have consumed, like we have consumed all the resources we can consume, that the earth can regenerate for us. So we can consume until so imagine if it's in July. Think of it as you have food in your pantry that is supposed to sustain you all month. Just think of a month. And then by 10th you have no food. You will starve to death, right? So we need to think of that when it comes to natural resources as well.
That's deep.
It is deep.
I honestly haven't heard you put it that way.
Let's plant more trees. Let's use less water. Let's not consume too much plastic or anything that is harmful to the environment. Let's protect our planet.
Wow. 2 questions. Is population growth a big contributor, and which I'm sure, let me not assume any answers here, but is the population tool the biggest solution?
The biggest? I wouldn't say the biggest, but population for sure contributes to earth overshoot. Pollution and the resources, natural resources being replenished. But I wouldn't. We are creative beings.
Yes.
And our creativity also runs out with age. We cannot stop, people from giving birth.
Yes.
People will continue to give birth.
Yeah.
And the more they give birth, the younger generation comes up with better ideas to protect the planet, to, just live by and so on. So we could, like China did, restricted to, because Africa, we give babies, we give birth. We have such a young generation.
Yes, we do.
And it just keeps going on and on. We just keep making more babies. It's actually, I was doing research before starting one. I wasn't just like passionate. I'm passionate about the environment. Let me start selling reusable hygiene products. But I also did a little bit of research on the business side. You cannot go wrong with baby products.
Yes.
At this day and age in Africa, because there's too many babies coming in every time.
Yeah.
So
it is what it is.
It is what it is. Looking at Tanzania, though, we come to the city, while if you go to the rural areas, there is so much beautiful land that people can be living in. Just getting out of the city more and distributing the damage like that, if I may say.
Yeah.
And this can help. And I encourage people to live more out of the city. I don't mean like Kibaha out of the city, but like interior
Tanzania.
And that can help a lot with pollution as well. Yeah.
Food for thought.
Yeah.
My last question. Outside of work, what helps you recharge?
Oh, my girlfriends. that's very easy. I am a women lover. That sounded off, but I love women friendships.
Okay.
I love hanging out with my girlfriends.
Yeah.
They recharge me. I had a very beautiful conversation this morning with one of them.
Yes.
And whenever I feel like my battery is running low, just one phone call with any of them, and I get my spark back.
Get your spark back.
I hang out with a bunch of women, even if I do not know any of them when I'm going in. I come out feeling all, great.
Wow. So it's umoja. Yeah.
Solidarity.
Yeah, solidarity.
And we all go through the same things in life. We understand each other and we talk a lot. Women will not keep things to themselves. They just talk. Whatever it is they're going through, they'll just put it out there. And then you relate and you feel, I'm not alone. And then it's more like a group therapy sessions happening there. And that, it's very recharging. It's amazing how recharging it can be, hanging out with girls. I don't know if it's the same if you're a man hanging out with girls, but a girl hanging out with other girls, for me,
it depends.
Yeah.
Depends on the guys, but I think with men it's more about lifestyle. So your lifestyle choice will really determine what helps you recharge. So cool. Agnes, honestly, thank you very much for being here.
Yeah, for sure.
I have picked a few things, honestly, that I just did not think about.
Yeah.
I was unconsciously aware.
Yeah, that happens for anyone.
So, I really appreciate this. I definitely would love to interview again sometime next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. And really about the sustainability, about the business as well, but about what have been the strides and the steps taken in the sustainability sector in Tanzania. I think that's a conversation that worth having.
Yeah.
Not just what we did today, but it would be nice to see people have these conversations on their dinner tables and other gatherings that are out there. So I'm grateful for this. Been great meeting you and having these conversations.
Thank you for having me.
And kudos. You know, I'm cheering you on, and you have planted seed in my mind as well.
Amen.
So,
and I hope to your viewers too.
I hope so too.
I hope whoever is watching this will be so disturbed that they think about every single thing that they do, thinking long term. Is this sustainable? Is this sustainable? That is the whole goal of my being.
True.
Put it that way.
True.
Yeah.
So stay blessed, and all the blessings on your leap of faith.
Thank you.
All right, man. Cool.
Great.